into DeFiChain news on the 30th of August 2023, the news show that provides you, like always, with the latest updates on the DeFiChain project. If you like the show, then let's go crazy on the like button, like there's no tomorrow. Read it really hard, hit it really hard. Trust me, it helps the project dramatically. And then at the end, press the subscribe and the bell button that you don't forget and don't miss any of the future shows. So, then stay until the very end, because then we're gonna talk about the latest and greatest new dates on DeFiChain channel here. So that's normally the time when I introduce my co-moderator and specialist and expert on DeFiChain, DC, but he's on vacation with his family this week. DC, enjoy the vacation. But that I'm not so alone here in the studio, I invited a very exciting guest tonight. Most of you might know him, but I will not tell you who it is. Let me jump quickly in the headlines, and after the headlines, we're gonna reveal our secret guest for tonight. So, what are the headlines for tonight? DeFighters 2.0, that might hint a little bit who is my guest tonight. Then we've got DeFi meta chain updates, like always, notable mentions, a ton today, community project updates, and last but not least, what I teased already, the future dates at the very end. And without further ado, let's dive into the first topic, DeFighters 2.0, and who is better to talk to about this topic than our beloved Fabio. Fabio, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Mark. It's actually my premiere. Never been here on the show. I'm following along every single week.
That's a shame, huh? That's really a shame.
What an honor. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thanks for coming. Hey, that was really not intentionally, but normally we don't have guests. So you are the first real guest. I had a co-moderator that was helping out. Balthasar was here once or twice, but we never had a guest. So you're the first guest, so that's kind of a premiere. And what a guest. Hey, Fabio, I called you up on Monday and I said, hey, dude, listen, I don't want to be alone in the studio. Why do you not come along? Maybe you've got something interesting to tell us. And you said to me,
I might have something. It was exceptional timing. Like 6 minutes before we started today's session, I asked Mark, hey, did somebody tip you off, or was it pure coincidence that you called me on Monday? And he confirmed it was just coincidence, but great timing.
Perfect timing. Hey, I'm so happy to have you here. It's like the stars are aligning, like the price of DeFiChain at the moment. Let's jump right in. DeFighters 2.0. Fabio, tell us a little bit what's the idea all about, and where does the thing come from? What is it?
So the DeFighters 1.0, if you're part of the DeFiChain community, you might have heard of that term. It's approximately 2 years old or so. And initially, when everything started, we were kind of looking to engage the community a bit more, engage or bring the community together and funnel activity, like share posts on YouTube, or comment under a video, or like a certain tweet, retweet something like that. You might have, like if you're in the cryptosphere, you might have heard about the Link Marines or the XRP Army or the Cardano Ambassador Program, the Binance Angel Program, something like that. And this was just a bottom-up grassroots movement with no professional agenda or leadership or anything. It was basically just a Telegram group with a bunch of enthusiastic community members that were coming together. And now, of course, we're in a bear market and things are kind of, I don't know, it's a bit less engaging, and a lot of people lost some interest.
A bit complicated, maybe, right?
Exactly, yeah. A bit. But our hardcore believers and the true hodlers, they have remained. They're still here. They're still watching, probably. So it's a perfect time to kind of revisit that DeFighters idea and put a bit of professionalism on top of that. And it's not that this is my baby, not at all. This is It should truly be something that is decentralized and done by the community. The only reason why I'm here today is, of course, Mark has invited me, but this is I want to spearhead this a little bit and just bring some attention to the program. But the main reason why I am here right now is a bit for outreach, so we can do this together.
Cool. Sounds amazing. Sounds very interesting. But let's dive a little bit deeper into that. So you teased already there are other programs out there that are kind of having different ideas. So what are now these main parts? I think you might have collected the best ideas from different products or programs. So how do you want to set this up? How does this program should look like? I'm sure you have a certain idea already.
Yes. So I've did some research. I've done some research, and I looked at the four things that I previously mentioned. So Link Marines, XRP Army, Binance Angel Program, and Cardano Ambassador Program. And the best resources I could find them on the Binance exchange, which is they have the biggest community. They are the biggest exchange. The Cardano community also has great documentation on their program, and I'm under the strong opinion we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We can just take the best out of other programs and kind of put our own spin onto it and do that. So I kind of ended up with the Cardano and the Binance one that I really like the most. So what I did is I put a proposal together, approximately 20 pages, because there is some need of resources and funding and some need of centralized action, because we want to have a section on a website. We want to have a little bit of a budget, because the people that are going to end up participating in that ambassador program, we also want to reward them. We want to give them some swag, some cups, some hats, some t-shirts, an NFT, and some attention, let's say, or some recognition that they get featured on the DeFiChain.com website. And this is why I was writing that proposal. And maybe should I go directly into the details of the proposal, or?
Yeah, sure. Tell us whatever you are allowed or whatever you want to share. Just go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so we're still in the conception phase. If you have any idea and something that I'm sharing right now,
so it's not set in stone, right? So that means like really you're still very open to suggestions and to ideas. Okay, that's cool.
Exactly, it's just a proposal at this point. So how Cardano does this, and what I really like, is you basically appoint representatives, generals, or people in a certain language or a country. So, for example, Greece or Russia or the German market, somebody that speaks the language and knows the customs, that maybe has a little bit of a network as well. And we are kind of looking for people that already know their way around the ecosystem. So we would either way, you can come forward and you can say, hey, this is something I really would love to do. Organizing a bit of a local community, translating a few things, and having a bit of my own thing, because this is not a centralized thing. This is a decentralized project. So we need people from all around the world to collaborate here a little bit. And there's basically 4 different pillars in each region. Pillar 1 is translation, because we have so many resources. We have a wiki, we have the news show, we have Telegram groups, all kinds of these things, and they can be translated into other languages. So we already did that with the news show. The news show is available in English, in German, in Turkish, in Italian, and there's opportunity for a lot more growth for this as well. The other pillars are moderation. A lot of you guys already know we have Reddit, Telegram, Discord, and we have community volunteers that do moderation, that explain DeFiChain to new people, and so on. And the third pillar would be content creation. So maybe you're good with designing, making nice infographics, images that can be shared on social media, newsletters, YouTube videos, whatever you're good in. There's many facets when it comes to content creation. And the fourth pillar is a bit similar. It's basically influencers. And we do have many of these talking about DeFi chain in different languages. And we kind of want to bring these people together so they can collaborate in their efforts and really bring DeFi chain to the next level.
Okay, sounds good. So let me recap. It's regional, or but also grouped by languages, right? So, for example, the Spanish people can discuss amongst the Spanish how they wanna more or less like kind of attack or tackle a market, a certain region, organizing themselves, having the same people, same language, same culture. Okay, sounds good. Fantastic. When is this gonna happen? Is this, you said you are in the conception phase, but I think you have a lot of, the ideas are really there already, so it's not gonna take another year, right?
It's not going to take another year. So this year, it's going to happen this year.
Awesome.
Of course, this is probably not going to be a finished product by Christmas. Like, this is an ongoing thing that consistently can improve up on itself by community members providing valuable inputs and feedbacks and so on. And of course, growing by the amount of regions, by the amount of users. But I think we can have like a minimal feasible product by beginning of Q4, mid Q4.
Okay. What
Depends a bit on
depends on?
depends a bit on how much help I get. So I would love that. Maybe you're watching right now and you're thinking, what a great idea, and I can do this or I could do that. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Twitter, on Telegram, drop Lord Mark a message, or join one of our Telegram groups and just say that you can do something or that you want to do something. And of course, I already know one or two people within our own community that are already doing something like that, but in a less organized way. Then we can just get in contact, professionalize this a little bit.
Sounds good. So again, everybody out there who thinks who can participate, who wants to contribute, who are the visionaries out there who want to bring DeFi chain to the next level, reach out to Fabio. Let him know what you want to do, what you can do, where you are from, maybe also what languages you speak, where you're based in. I think these are all things that help Fabio a little bit more to group the teams, and then have a chat with him. If you know him already, easy. Otherwise, get yourself known and enter a discussion. Fabio, I think that's an awesome idea. We really need that, especially in times that are not so fantastic, if prices are not that great and markets are very challenging. I think the good spirit is something that can be really supported by the DeFighters out there. I think we had some really good activities, right? We had like tweet storms in the past and activities, and we have meetups already out there, but bringing all together, I think, is a really awesome idea. Cool. Anything else what you want to mention regarding the program, or that's it for the moment?
No, I think we touched on the most important stuff, and of course, a big thank you to you and to DC.
Nothing
that
to
you're
thank
having me.
None. It's my pleasure. It's cool that you're here. Okay. You're gonna stay with us for the next couple of minutes. We're gonna go through the topics and then maybe even answer together a couple of questions. I see we have a ton of comments in the chat. This must be you. Normally it's very quiet here, or sometimes very quiet here. Today you are here, so you bring us the viewers. Cool. Let's talk a little bit about DeFi Meta Chain and the updates. So we had a beta 10 out there on Changi testnet that was launched last week, which involved the core fix for the ESD20 token migration. The beta 11 was released this week with security enhancement and auxiliary fixes. So a lot of stuff is happening there, and we are closing in to have a release candidate at the end. So beta 12 is planned for next week, and please expect a rollback on the Changi testnets. I know rollbacks are sometimes a little bit painful because you maybe have to deploy your dApps and stuff, smart contracts again, but it's absolutely needed. And then Yusin said today in the chat that he is pretty positive that beta 12 will be the final beta, and that we are getting there to have a release candidate maybe in 1 or 2 weeks. Then we have final testing. Then the hard fork block is going to be coded into the node software. And then, we are ready to rock and roll. So means now is end of August today in Singapore already. So tomorrow in Germany. That means we've got 1 more month to make that happen. Looks all pretty positive. Let us talk a little bit about the DMC projects. There's a fantastic spreadsheet that DC is always updating. And if your project's not on there, please send DC a message with all the data and help him that he doesn't have to be the investigator out there and search for all the details by himself. Send him all the things that you see in the spreadsheet that he needs to list your project. Let's talk a little bit about the project themselves. Cheverly's a team that I'm myself involved in. We've been building a decentralized, or more or less a DeFi platform, a centralized DeFi platform over the past couple of months. But now we're adding JeffSphere to the project. A lot of people were saying, what the heck is JeffSphere? First, they've been talking about Cheverly's. Now they come up with a new name already. It is an addition to this centralized platform. It's a decentralized version of it. While Cheverly's is actually focusing on non-crypto people out there and bring them to DeFiChain and offer them yield earning products in a very simple manner, the JeffSphere is actually focusing on the crypto guys, on you out there, the people who understand a little bit better what's going on in the crypto space, and we're gonna offer a lot of new interesting products to you. Follow along. There's a very nice video that Sebastian cut over the last couple of days. It's on our YouTube channel. We're going to link it up in the show notes, where we explain a little bit more in detail what is JeffSphere all about. Then OpenDeps Cloud sent some information. They've done one of the most important updates around OpenDeps Cloud lately, introducing asset backing for services on testnet. There's also a post on X that we're gonna link up in the show notes. Vanilla Labs also send us some information. They are back testing. Testnet version 4.00 on DeFiChain, DeFi Meta Chain testnet is live again. And they are testing the hell out of our testnet, and looks like they're gonna be very soon ready to launch their product as soon as we are on the mainnet. We're gonna link some information also in the show notes. Then Crypto Factor. Crypto Factor is like the dark horse who came a little bit out of nowhere. Suddenly there was a Reddit post about decentralized entity operators, what he calls decentralized companies. Even he doesn't like the word company so much, because it's decentralized. The companies, firms have a little bit of different vision than decentralized organizations. There's a long Reddit post. It's very technical. Check it out. We're going to link it up in the show notes. It sounds very interesting. We're going to hear for sure much more about this in the near future. So much about DeFi Meta Chain. Let's talk about notable mentions, like we call it. A lot of stuff happened there. We had a special DFIP for Sui. Sui is a very interesting blockchain that comes out of the Meta or Facebook era. Facebook wanted to launch their own decentralized cryptocurrency, but they kind of failed. They had regulatory issues, and the teams left, and one of the teams started Sui. It's a heavily backed blockchain by venture capital out there, and you can stake the token. It's a very hyped project, and Bake is offering wrapping of the token, and then you can stake it, or better said, you can liquidity mine it. There's a trading pair DFI Sui on the DEX, and you can earn real yield. So all the fees, the transaction fees in the pools, go to the liquidity miners there. That's pretty cool. And what's even better, the wrapped Sui that are in the collateral from Bake, they're gonna stake Sui, and with the rewards, they're gonna buy DFI and burn DFI on a regular basis, what helps us also to reduce the circulating supply. Well done, Bake, and thanks for everybody who voted for that proposal. It was, so far it was a success, and it's gonna be even better as soon as Bake starts burning DFI. Then we have a new token pair on the Quantum Bridge, Matic. Now you can actually swap Matic ERC20 token to the D token. That's pretty cool. So check that out. quantumbridge.app is the URL, and you can now transfer Matic in and out on DeFiChain, completely decentralized. There was also a blog post about what are the special defects all about. The article is called "A Breakdown of What It Means for DeFiChain." These special defibs, check it out. We're gonna link it up in the show notes. It's very interesting read. Then last week we had a special guest. This week we have Fabio. Last week we had Yusin in the Tech Talk, and Yusin, the godfather of DeFiChain, the technical mastermind behind all the initial development. He was in the Tech Talk with DC, and he spoke a little bit about DeFi MetaChain and what's beyond. Answered a lot of questions, very interesting. So if you haven't seen that, Yusin is quite a rare guest on YouTube at the moment. He's pretty busy helping to develop DeFi MetaChain and overseeing all the development. Check it out. Cool to hear from him what he thinks all about the things. Then 5 minutes before the show, there was some information about a new quest on Galaxy. Galaxy is an NFT platform where you have to fulfill social quests. You have to do certain things, post, tweet, whatever, and then you can earn an NFT. And you can collect these NFTs. There's going to be far more information going to be released within the next couple of days. So follow along the official DeFiChain channels. Then you're going to see what it's all about. But it's going to be really cool. There was a spinning DeFiChain logo in the past. They changed a little bit the process, how you can claim these NFTs. But it's going to be, it's a social engagement platform. It's really cool. Follow their official channels. Then you're going to know when the next drop's going to happen. Then, next point on the agenda, community project updates. These are the oldest but goalies. These are the projects that are not building on DMC. They are more or less like doing some other really cool shit. And this is DEX Trading Masters, for example. They launched this absolutely awesome trading competition on the DEX. So use the DEX to make massive gains. The leader in the competition made 50% gains, Fabio. That's absolutely insane in a bear market. In 2 weeks, 50% gains. I think that's spectacular, right?
Absolutely crazy. Like especially if you can, that's on initial amount. So
exactly. Also absolutely insane. Follow them. They have a leaderboard, and if you want to know more, they also disclose all their trades. And it's really interesting to see different strategies. Some people trade like hell, some others do only a few trades. And it's really interesting to see how they achieve these dramatic gains here. So also in the bear market, nice gains to be made just using the DEX. Isn't that amazing? Then Paddy has a new newsletter. It's available in German and English, where he speaks about all the DMC projects mostly. Check it out. Very nice read. Is being issued on a weekly basis and helps you to stay on top of all the information of DeFi chain and DeFi MetaChain now. Good. Last but not least, future dates. There's going to be a news show on Wednesday. Everybody knows that already, but I have a really cool information. I was looking for an exciting guest in the DeFiChain Fireside Chat, and we had a great idea. Fabio is coming next week. Thanks, Fabio, for taking the time. So now there's no escape. And we
really,
go ahead.
Really looking forward to it. I really like the format. We do have a very interesting community, and we're probably going to touch more on, of course, crypto journey is always part of these things, but maybe also touch a bit on a more private side of life, and awesome. Maybe just to tease something that is going to be happening or that is going to be shared during that fireside chat is there has been a multi-year period in my life that I'm going to be talking about where I didn't have an apartment. Mm-hmm. And I was, let's say, floating around the world in a very colorful way. And I want to talk about that part of my journey.
Sounds good. Now, I see it already happening. We're going to talk about DeFiChain a lot, but I would really like to talk a little bit more and learn a little bit more about Fabio, the person behind the official role here as our community captain. I think it's gonna be really interesting, and I'm gonna try to come up with a couple of exciting questions that maybe haven't been touched so far, at least on DeFiChain on one of the channels. Fabio, that's gonna be cool. Really looking forward. Next Thursday, we're gonna record, and then you have the pleasure to watch it in the evening. Cool, Fabio, fantastic. I would say we just make a quick intermission and then we jump into comments and questions. I know your dinner is waiting, and we're gonna be really, really fast, but yeah, bear with me for a second. We're gonna be finished soon. Thanks for watching, guys. That's the official end of the first part. Now we're just gonna do some comments and questions. See you next week, and have a good evening. Bye-bye. So there we are again. Okay, very quick. Let's see. DC is on vacation, but he is watching in the background. DC, I hope you like what we do here today. So then we've got somebody ask Yusin. Yeah, Yusin was on the Tech Talk last week with DC. Then we've got a lot of comments here. Yeah, Matthew says, Fabio is the head of the DeFighters. Mr. General. That's gonna be interesting. I really like your idea. It's really gonna be exciting. The funny story behind that is a year ago or something like this, we were talking about something similar, but we never really followed through. I really love it that you picked up on the topic, and yeah, exciting.
Yeah, I remember very vividly. We had a great idea of just gather a few key people and start this up with maybe a handful of really active DeFighters. But yeah, a lot of things happened since then, and we all have very busy lives. But yeah, I'm very happy that we are picking this up again.
Yeah, that is cool. That's so awesome. Good, and then there's a private conversation between Daniel Zirkel and Matthew. Cool, that's it, more or less. Fabio, we are done. Awesome, thanks for being here. You were the first guest. I mean, it took us 117 episodes to have you on the news show, but
Wow.
It was worth the wait, I would say.
117, that's 2 years and a few months. Crazy.
Yeah, it's quite
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, over 2 years already, yeah. Today is show number 117, and we've done it in German and English, so it's 234 shows that we've done. And you know what the craziest thing is? I've never met DC in person. We've done so many shows together, and we've never met. That's crazy, right?
That is pretty crazy. I've met him twice, or 3 times even. At least twice.
You're a bit closer than me, but it was there was always some good reason why we didn't meet. Naja, next year we said 2024. Fabio, thanks for coming.
Mark, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome, and I'm really looking forward to the fireside chat next week, where we dive a little bit more into your crazy and very colorful history or past. Cool, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know if you also enjoyed the format about having a guest in the news show, because sometimes it happens that me or DC are traveling, and then there's always a spot empty on the other side. Could be an idea maybe to have guests once in a while and introduce this in the format. Let us know if you enjoyed it. I know it was a highlight with Fabio today, but there are a lot of other interesting people who have something to say. Could be an option. With this being said, thanks a lot, and everybody out there, have a great evening. See you next week. Thank you, and bye-bye.